Welcome to Sailing Magic Carpet. In the last episode, we explored the incredible town of Bonifacio on Corsica's southern tip. In this episode, we leave Bonifacio and head north, up Corsica's western coast. Along the way, we get chased out of our anchorage by the weather, make an unexpected visit to Corsica's capital city, and get ready to cross to mainland France.
We have started our journey north. We're on a super pleasant downwind course, broad reach to downwind, a little bit of both. And Luca is on the helm and we have started kill some miles. As Luca and I are fiddling out here with the sails and dodging the reefs and the rocks and putting on preventers and changing to wing on wing, Maya in the meantime is being a magician in the pantry and has cooked us a Swiss meal. Well, could also be called not Swiss. It's hash browns. It's pretty typical in Switzerland. It's called Rösti and it looks delicious. Let's dive in. We will get those 30 nautical miles done easily. She's moving along so nicely and smoothly in a very good speed. I think we're going between 5 and 7, so makes it 6. Cool, we got something. What is it? I would say it's a tuna, but I've never seen it this bright. Like I can see in silvery fish from here. Not the biggest struggle, but maybe if it's decent for 3 of us, maybe we'll keep it. You! Wow!
Woo! Wow! That's crazy!
Wow! We are under engine again. It doesn't happen very often that there is a sudden wind shift like we had just now. It's quite incredible. So we were sailing down wing on wing, dead downwind, but it just stopped. From actually pretty windy it stopped, and then it came again from 180 degrees other direction, like now it's right in our face. And also funny is that Corsica has huge bays that go in really deep. And we decided to cut across one because we were sailing so nicely that we just thought, let's go from one tip to the next tip without entering in the bay. And now we got thwarted in the middle, having to proceed under engine, because it means or we going back or we go under engine to still get there. Yeah, so we got the engine on and we got a few more miles.
So we are now arriving at the anchorage for the night, and it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty remote. There's not a lot of buildings around here. There's one other boat anchored way over there, and the sun is setting, and we're gonna have fresh fish for dinner. And I'm just making some bread dough so that I can cook that this evening, and then we can have fresh bread tomorrow morning. So that is a bag full of chain, which is very heavy. Deanie's gonna put out a stern anchor because right now we are broadside to the waves. I know it doesn't look like anything on camera, but it's enough that we'd like to point our bow into the swell. So Deanie's gonna sort that out for us.
That's what this fortress is for. It's our stern anchor, emergency anchor, hurricane anchor. Well, maybe not hurricane. Yeah.
And a bag full of chain.
And a bag full of chain. So I gotta kind of go in that direction. Now we've pointed
We're like
180
pretty
degree.
much totally backwards to it now. These two boys are just so funny together. Like they They're just two peas in a pod, and they spend all day talking about their favorite tools and like how to fix things and oh, how could you fix this? And it's so funny and so sweet, and I'm so glad Dini has a friend like this. And yeah, I'm just going about my daily activities as I normally do. How did it go? Was it successful?
But it's hard to come back. The chain is so heavy. Alright. Maybe even on the winch here. Yeah,
sure. So now it looks like that the chain is exactly under us.
Yeah. Alright, we go to shore, clean the fish now, but let us know how this improvement is after your little sea trial.
It feels better already because, well, yeah, we're definitely pointing into the swell now.
Yeah, totally. It is. It looks good, actually.
Thanks, guys. So I just made some bread dough and now I'm waiting for it to rise. So I opened up the engine cover and I've put my bread bowl kind of on top of the engine so that the bread rises a bit nicer in the warm environment. Whenever I make bread at home, I often put the oven on really low and then I put the bread in there to rise. But this is a pretty good alternative and it's kind of funny. The boys came back with the fish and we made a delicious dinner. These are the moments that make me the happiest. I grew up with a really strong family, and every single night we ate dinner together. My mom would cook a gorgeous meal, there would always be beautiful music playing in the background, and would be surrounded by warm lights. Whenever we can recreate those evenings on board Magic Carpet, I feel very at home and very at peace.
Wow. Thanks for making bread. It looks amazing.
You are very welcome. The next morning we worked on crafts. Aladino made a French flag to pull up into the rigging. I worked on writing letters to friends, family, and patrons, and Luca wrote some postcards. We were so distracted by our tasks that we didn't even realize as the boat started gradually moving more and more. The wind had shifted, bringing more swell into the bay. Stupidly, we waited until the swell was almost unbearable before deciding we had better leave. The problem was that there were very few places we could actually leave to. The previous night, the swell had been coming from the northwest, and we were protected from that. Now, things were picking up from the west. This created a cross sea with swell coming from both directions, and since we were on the west coast of Corsica, there were precious few places to hide. We eventually decided that we had to do something, so with some difficulty, we pulled up both anchors and motored right into the swell. The only protected anchorage was 15 nautical miles away, which meant almost 5 hours of bashing into the waves.
It was quite an unpredicted adventure. So basically we were deep inside the bay and the swell just picked up more and more to a point where we said like, now we gotta get out of here. And then it was quite a bit of work getting the stern anchor up and the bow anchor at the same time, but we managed. It was really precious help to be 3 persons on board. The first 5 nautical miles took like 2 hours because they were against the swell and very gusty, pretty strong winds. Quite the task, burning so many calories, trying to hold on and fighting the tiller, all under engine because it was against the wind, but the engine did great and we're almost there now. In front of us for tonight, we decided to go into Ajaccio. I believe it's the capital of Corsica. I guess we're gonna check that out, even if we didn't plan to. But it seems to be very protected and it seems good for tonight.
We finally pulled into the harbor of Ajaccio at sunset. What sweet relief to feel the motion of the boat calm down. Ajaccio is the capital city of Corsica and is capable of hosting some pretty large boats.
So are we going to find an anchorage?
Yes, we're gonna declare one.
We're going to
our own.
declare an anchorage.
We're gonna declare an anchorage because it
Amidst
looks
all these cruise ships?
yeah, because it looks quite industrial and busy, but that's why we gotta show authority.
Fortunately, we found a good anchoring ground and enjoyed a peaceful night.
Hey Deanie,
Okay,
what you doing?
preparing crossing time.
Awesome.
It was time to get ready to cross to mainland France. It's only a one-night passage, so not too much, but there are always still plenty of preparations to make, like deflating the dinghy and securing it on deck. We left Ajaccio in the evening and motored out to the mouth of the bay, ready to leave very early the next morning.
My neighborhood.
What do you think all these birds are doing, Deanie?
They're hopefully fishing for little fish,
And we're also hopefully fishing.
and we're also hopefully fishing.
Wow, what dramatic scenery. It's so beautiful. And I think it's just getting more and more beautiful as fall progresses because there's more dramatic cloud formations often on the horizon, making for these incredible scenes and incredible sunsets. Ready?
As always, a giant thank you to all of you for watching, subscribing, liking, and commenting. We read all of your comments and we reply to as many as we can. And a very, very big thank you to our patrons who really do make these episodes possible. There is simply no way we would be able to be out here sailing and buying camera equipment if it weren't for our patrons. So thank you so much, you guys. And an extra big thank you to these folks who really go above and beyond to make sure these videos keep happening. We'll see you in the next episode.